Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kidgerina. It's Thursday, November 30. In Squiz Kids Today, out after 17 days underground. Thailand's sustainable celebration. A phony photo and a runaway school bus rescue. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
Tunnelling is dangerous, right? If you've ever played Minecraft, you'll know that tunnelling can result in you falling into lava or running into hostile mobs in an underground cave. A group of 41 construction workers in northern India have learnt just how dangerous tunnelling can be. While digging a 4.5 kilometre tunnel right through the Himalayas, they were trapped way back on November 12th when thousands of tons of rock caved in. Thankfully, workers on the outside immediately started the rescue operation, inserting a 12-centimetre wide pipe through almost 60 metres of rock to enable communication with the trapped construction workers and also to get food, medicine and oxygen to them. This would prove to be life-saving as the workers were trapped for 17 days before being freed earlier this week. The workers were eventually rescued by being pulled through a 90-centimetre wide pipe while lying on their back on stretchers. Terrifying! And coordinating the rescue was Aussie engineering professor Arnold Dix, who jumped on a plane as soon as he got the call from Indian officials. Professor Dix says that, quote, "It's about helping your friends. We have shown the world that being good and nice and looking after other people's kids is what we should do." End quote. Well said.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Bangkok, the capital city of Thailand, where the Loy Krathong festival, during which people pay their respects and show gratitude to the river goddess, has just taken place. Loy Krathong literally means floating basket. And traditionally, people crafted baskets from banana leaves and trunks or coconut shells and decorated them with flowers and candles and floated them down rivers as an offering. Unfortunately, in recent years, this meant that the following day, rivers would be clogged with thousands of soggy baskets. Thai people are now using technology to pay tribute to the goddess. This year, children drew 3,000 pictures of beautiful baskets, which were scanned and then projected onto a digital representation of the water's surface. I've stuck a link to video in your episode notes. It's really beautiful. And it's hoped that this will become the norm in the future, honouring the goddess by keeping her waterways clean.
Squiz Kids salutes.
Imagine you're on a school bus, just chatting to a mate, and you notice the bus is moving, but there's no driver on board. That's the situation that 14-year-old Izzy Miller found herself in this week while sitting on the school bus with 20 other kids in the northern New South Wales town of Casino. And what's worse? The bus was headed straight for a petrol station and motorists pumping fuel into their cars. Izzy sprang into action, racing to the driver's seat and planting her foot on what she deduced to be the brake while steering the bus away from danger. The whole episode was captured on CCTV and shows another man holding onto the wing mirror and trying in vain to stop the runaway bus. I've stuck a link of the heart-stopping moment in your episode notes. Izzy Miller, Squiz Kids salutes you.
Newshounds.
Every Thursday, Squizzy the Newshound sticks his snout into Squiz Kids HQ and reports back on fishy things he's sniffed out on the internet. And today, his snout is twitching because he's discovered a photograph online that was supposedly taken more than 300 years before the camera was invented. Wait, what? Luckily, Squizzy's suspicions kicked in when he noticed a post on X, which was formerly Twitter, claiming to show a rare photograph taken in Florence, Italy in 1504, featuring a lady named Mona Lisa and Leonardo da Vinci, the famous inventor and artist who painted her celebrated portrait. Squizzy quickly hopped online and discovered that the first successful photograph wasn't actually taken until 1836 or 37, way after the post claimed. A reverse image search, where you take a screenshot of a picture and upload it into a search engine, then confirmed that the picture was in fact generated by AI. It's a timely reminder that if something doesn't seem right online, you too can stop, think, and check, just like Squizzy did, so that you aren't fooled by misinformation or AI-generated content that you might come across on the internet. Thanks, Squizzy, you've done it again. Can you hear that? That's the sound of summer holidays, my friends, and they're just around the corner, which also means an end to school. And an end to the Squiz Kids Daily News podcast for the year. But don't panic, we're not about to leave you completely in the lurch. As with every summer holiday, we've got a whole bunch of summer content planned to keep you entertained. Every Friday of the holidays, we'll be putting out a bumper kids versus adults quiz on topics as varied as the world's weirdest animals and movies of 2023 to see who's smarter, kids or adults. Every Monday of the Holes, we'll publish a Squiz Kids shortcut in topics as varied as Christmas traditions around the world to ice cream and roller coasters. And don't forget our great big Squiz Kids Joke-a-thon, which will drop on Monday, the 18th of December, just in time for your Christmas road trip. We had so many excellent jokes sent in, we can't wait to share them with you. And of course, a Squiz Kids Book Club episode every Wednesday, where kids review books for other kids. All this great content will drop in the Squiz Kids feed. Subscribe in your favourite podcasting app to make sure you don't miss it. So whether you're on a road trip or hanging at home, Squiz Kids has got you covered this summer. You're welcome. Once upon a time, in a classroom far, far away, there was no internet, no iPads, and a very unpleasant sound known as chalk on blackboards. To those parents and teachers listening, you might even remember it. And for the final episode of How Far We've Come, our mates at the Squiz are diving deep into the big tech moments that have changed our classrooms, from interactive whiteboards to laptops to AI. A shout out to NGS Super who worked with them to make the How Far We've Come series possible. If the adults listening haven't had a chance to listen to the series yet, you can find all the episodes from this season in its own channel. Just search for How Far We've Come wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. For how many days were the Indian workers trapped before they were successfully released from a tunnel this week? That's right, it was 17 days. Question number 2. Loy Krathong is the name of the Thai festival honouring the river goddess. What does Loy Krathong mean in English? Well done if you remembered that it's floating basket. Question number 3. Which 2 famous people were depicted in the AI-generated image that was claimed to be a photo from the year 1504? Yep, that's right. It was Mona Lisa and Leonardo da Vinci.
Shout outs.
It's November 30, the last day of spring. It's also Computer Security Day. It's a great reminder to make sure your passwords are safe and secure and are not 123 password ! And there are only 25 days to go until Christmas. So parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, make sure you get online and pick up some Squiz Kids stocking stuffers from the Squiz Kids merch store. Check it out on our website, squizkids.com.au. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Riley from Tumut, Akshvir from Schofields, Robbie and Cooper from Golgong, Lewis from Raynella, Isabella from Mansfield, Vanessa from Diamond Creek, Millie from Paddington, and Puteri Soraya listening all the way over there in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Belated birthday shout-outs go to Matilda from Sydney and Lizzie from Goulburn. Classroom shout-outs today go to classes 5, 6A and K at Thornley West Public School, Class 5B and Miss Baker at Bletchington Public School in Orange, Mr Carver's class at Aldervilla Primary School, Class 5-6 CB at Geraldton Grammar School, prep class with Mr Don at Silkwood School in Mount Nathan. Hey Silkwood, Class 5-6 with Mrs O'Brien at Araya Park Central School, prep classes with Gab and Christine at Bell Primary School in Preston, and to all of the students at Chester Hill Public School. Class 3R with Ms Relay at Oaks Public School, and lastly to Class G4M at the Prem Hinsalanoda International School in Thailand. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you're after a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with our Kids versus Adults weekly news squiz. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.